Hey everyone, this is Alec here again with Petrie's Family Games. We're doing another box opening today for the brand new set Zendikar Rising. Got an awesome new playmat here. They came out with a bunch this time, focusing on a lot of the lands in the set, which is a really nice change of pace, just because you can use them for almost anything. This could be any Zendikar commander deck if you're playing that way. So we do have new product. Primarily, of course, we're doing our box opening today of Zendikar Rising. These are going to be $114.99 plus tax, as well as you getting inside. We have some Expedition box toppers. You get one Expedition with every box that you buy here of Zendikar Rising. A couple other products we have as well. We have a lot of pre-release kits still available to you. So there's going to be your 6 booster packs, your spin down die, plus your promo card. We're going to be having these only $20 on special through the end of the weekend. After that, they'll be back up to $25. And we also have, though only in limited quantity at the moment, we have these brand new commander decks they decided to come out with for Zendikar Rising. We've got one of them, it's a 3-color lands focus, and then a 2-color rogues. And these are going to be selling for $25 a piece. I do think they might be a little bit of limited quantity, just some of the orders and the shipping with distribution. Just make sure you call ahead if it's something that you're looking for, just to make sure that we do indeed have it in stock. And one other thing I forgot to mention is with that buy box promo, in addition to that Expedition box topper you get, that you also get a promo foil alternate art of Aura Skyclave Hierophant. He's a kind of a cleric tribal legendary guy who wants you to run lots of clerics and have them die and bring things back. So definitely screams some commander shenanigans to me. But let's get this box open, and we'll have a special treat at the end of the video. Cameron has a bunch of these extra box toppers left over from prize support from the pre-release, so we're going to crack a few of these here at the end of the video. But let's get started. Alright, we're going to see if we can get... They've got these really cool alternate frame cards coming out for all the landfall cards, so we're going to see if we maybe find any fun ones of those, the higher rarities. And yeah, here is that box topper. So we will save that for later. Guys, promise, hang around to the end of the video. We got some good stuff coming up here later. But let's get started here. Alright. So we have our island. Hey, well that's a really great start. We'll just start out with a Mythic Planeswalker. That's a great way to start a box. Great copy of Jace, especially if you're doing any token shenanigans, any double token, you're doubling season, anointed procession. Yeah, you'd get extra Jaces. That is exactly how that would work. And we got ourselves a foil Vastwood Surge as well. That's a pretty good start to the box. We'll see if we can top that. Hopefully we'll crack ourselves a Lithoform engine. I hear there's a lot of murmurings about that card, especially in Commander, doubling up almost anything. Well, that's a great little token to get, our little Jace copy token. Hang out with him right there. Got a foil Demon's Disciple and a Squad Commander, one of the new cards that cares about Party. And Party in this set is one each of a Warrior, a Wizard, a Rogue, and a Cleric. Bunch of cards in the set will be better if you have more things in your party, and some of the things, like the Squad Commander, care if you have a full party, which means you have to have all 4, but if you do, you get a really good benefit. Like this guy, all your creatures get +1/+0 and indestructible every combat, and that seems pretty darn good. You're also going to get these sometimes in the boxes, there to reference any of the double-sided cards you get, just so you can reference what's on both sides. There's so many of them that they just gave you these, so you can just write down what you're getting. Like one of these here, they made a series of dual lands. So it's actually, this one, it's kind of like a mountain on the front side. It enters untapped and taps for a red, or you can play the other side, where it will tap for a green instead. And whenever you play it, you just decide which side you want. And if you can bounce it back to your hand and play it again, you can change what side you want. Just know that anytime it's not in play, it's always the front card, never the back card, always the front card. Alright, I've noticed thus far, I think we've had a foil in every pack. I wonder if they're doing that for the packs now for this set, just making sure you get that one guaranteed foil. Alright, let's keep moving along here. Got a Maddening Cacophony, great commander card trying to get mill to work. If you pay that kicker, all your opponents mill half for only 6 mana. really good deal. And there was not a foil in this pack, so I guess we just got really lucky with those first few packs, getting a foil in every one. Alright, we are going to do 2 full boxes today, guys, so it'll be a bit of a longer video here, but a lot of cards. We'll try to keep it moving. Got a Sphinx Wizard. Kind of cool with a lot of that party mechanic. They're adding creature types, additional ones to creatures that don't normally get types. Normally you just have Sphinxes, and they're just Sphinxes, and that's it. But so this time we got a Sphinx Wizard here. There's even a Demon Cleric in the set, though who the demon's praying to you probably don't want to know. Alright. Crawling Barrens. Hey, if you get infinite mana, you've got a real big land there. And it's a land too, so hopefully you're doing mana shenanigans to get your infinite mana. Alright. Got ourselves a little kitty cat token, an island. Ooh, we got a special frame foil, that Kazandu Nectar Pod. I think I heard with these what they were trying to do was make it look like those old Explorer magazines from kind of things around the world. So they're very brightly colored, really kind of a cool frame with these. They look really nice. And then a Skyclave Apparition. Deals with anything. Converted mana cost 4 or less. It will take care of it for you. And all they get is a token. And if you got a way to bounce something, then that seems like a pretty good trade to me. Alright, we got another kitty cat. I think there's only one card that makes these two. We're just getting a lot of them. Kargan Intimidator, another fun card that references cowards can't block warriors, and you get to start turning things into cowards. There's one other card that does this, and so glad to know that he finally has a buddy. And so this is what I was talking about. You have a card like this where it's a spell effect on the front, and on the other side it's a land. The back sides are always going to be lands, and except for the mythic level ones, they will always enter tapped. So do keep that in mind. It will slow down your game plan a little bit. And the front of the card is usually a little higher costed than it is normally to kind of balance out you getting that flexibility. But again, it gives you that flexibility, so if you need it, it is there to help you out for sure. Keep moving things along here. See if we get some more of those flip lands. I know those are going to be holding their value real well for Commander and lots of other formats, I'm sure. Alright, got us a Valakut Awakening here. One of my favorite arts in the set. Brand new art for Negate, with a wizard just using her blue magic to shut that fire down. Good times. Good times. Alright. Got us Insect Token, a Forest. Alright, and here's one of those mythic flip cards I was telling you about. So the front effect is really, really powerful. And then the other side, if you want to play it as a land, you can take 3 to have it come in untapped. So I'm sure since there are lands called Shock Lands, these will probably be called Bolt Lands. And if you want to take that 3, you can. But if you think you can get up to the high mana cost on a lot of these cards, they do some work for you. This one here makes you 2 angels with flying, and then your non-angels gain indestructible until your next turn. So that's a combat this turn, that's on your opponent's turn. They can't really board wipe you. That is a very, very, very good card. Alright. And then you have cards like here, the party that I was telling you about. So this guy, he just comes in and he pings a creature, just 1 damage to it, or a planeswalker for each creature in your party. So, you know, if you have 2 wizards, that's still only 1 damage. If you had a wizard and a cleric, then you're dealing 2. So you gotta make sure you're diversifying, and a lot of the creature types, they made sure that those were spread out pretty well in each color. For any of you limited players, red-black, and then also blue-white, I've heard, are rather good party colors. Oh, and I forgot to mention the angels that the Americall makes. Those are angel warriors, friends, to help you with your party. So there is an angel warrior here. And foil pair tactics and a Nighthawk Scavenger. Cares about cards in your opponent's graveyards. They are really going ham on mill. Well, as soon as they listed it as a named mechanic, they've been really wanting to push it, which is really good. It could definitely use some support, because in Limited it always felt like it could never quite get there, and so I'm glad that they're pushing a bit there. A foil Blight Priest and a Grakmaw Skyclave Ravager. Great limited card. It's a Hydra, and when it dies, it replaces itself with a token, and it can maybe get bigger if you're doing some other counter shenanigans. It's another one of those cards with those cool little explorer frames, and again, also helps with the mill plan. And if you're playing Modern, if you want to play more Hedron Crab, this is a functional reprint of Hedron Crab right there for you. Alright, alright. And we got an Oran Reef Ooze. When it enters, you put a counter on a creature, and when it attacks, you put a counter on every attacking creature with a 1/1 counter on it. They really want to push the counters. Black-green is the counter colors this time around. So normally you see that in green-white, but not this time. Green-white is definitely the landfall deck. There's lots of cards that care about getting you those lands, maybe putting them back in your hand so you can play them again, get those additional landfall triggers when you're playing the set. Alright, Legion Angel, here's a fun card. So when this enters, you reveal a card you own from outside the game named Legion Angel, and you can put it in your hand. So I think you can still, in a standard game, you can still only have 4 cards total between your deck and your sideboard. If you have 1 in your deck and 3 in your sideboard, every single one you play can let you go grab another one. Also, I imagine for any of the people who just love playing kitchen table, you're just going to want to get yourself a big old stack of Legion Angels if you don't care about how many you have, and everyone could let you grab another one, which would be a good time. It'd be fun seeing someone show up with a stack of like 100 Legion Angels. That is a plant token that I have not seen. It kind of just looks like a bunch of bows. A bunch of bows and ribbons. What an odd plant card. Interesting. Alright. You got another foil. And Akiri, a really good Boros commander to help you draw cards if you're playing equipment. I've already built this deck, and it is really, really fun. And actually gets you the cards in Boros where you wouldn't think you might. Wanting to get some good equipment tutors in that deck, I think you will be just fine. The one thing I will mention for the design of the set, it seems like there's a red-white equipment deck. There's a lot of cards that seem to care about equipment in red-white. There's not as many as you'd think, so if you are drafting or playing sealed, keep an eye out for how many you find, because they're not going to be quite as many as you're probably hoping for. Awesome, another one of those mythic cards that flips on both sides. This one lets you draw cards equal number of cards in your hand plus 1, and then you have no max hand size for the rest of the game. And then again, it's blue on the other side, and if you pay 3, it will enter in untapped. It's a cool card. They're rebuilding Seagates in the story. That was one of the cities that was destroyed by the Eldrazi, and apparently it has been rebuilt, and it is back better than ever. Send everyone on adventures, because I guess that's what you do once you destroy a extra planar threat of giant tentacle monsters, is you decide, nope, it's adventure time, and we're going to go look for some loot now. Alright, got a Magmatic Channeler here. Interesting card draw on red. If you can discard 1 card, you exile the top 2, and you can play 1 until the end of turn. So, interesting little bit of card draw rummage there, because it gives you that selection between the top 2, which is more than you normally get for rummage. It's normally just discard and draw. And so this, you get your option of 2. You can only pick 1, but still. A reference card. Giant wormhole right there. Ooh! Alrighty guys, I think we got a double rare pack here. Oh, that is beautiful. So we get a foil Legendary Serpent, which looks fantastic, and also an alternate art Scoot Swarm, and I have already seen this card crash Arena. It has crashed Arena. This card is not even out yet. And if you want to do really silly things with this card, you just mutate onto it. And then you play lands, and you make copies of the mutated Scoot Swarm. Definitely works that way. This is a busted card. They might need to ban this. We will find out soon. Not on the committee to make such decisions, but this card right here, I can already tell, is going to cause problems, not just for the coding, but also just for you managing how many tokens are actually sitting on your playmat, because there's going to be a lot of them if it's on the board for any amount of time at all. The answer, by the way, always is kill it immediately, and board wipe is probably the best way to take care of that. All right, hey, let's follow that up with a nice big mythic boy. We got the 4-color Omnath here, because every time he shows up, he adds another color. And this time around, we got white, so I'm sure next time we come back to Zendikar, we will probably see a 5-color Omnath, where he's got all of them. Very, very silly card right here. Alright. Let's keep that moving along, and we'll sleeve up on Nath. I know he's a bit of a pretty penny for the mythics in the set thus far. He's not Lithoform Engine yet. I think that one's sitting around $30 right now last time I checked, but just note that all the prices for these cards, since they're not out yet, they're going to fluctuate a lot, so keep an eye out on them. Hey, foil land. That's not bad. Foil full art land right there. And we got us a Kazandu Mammoth. Another good landfall, but don't forget, he's a land on the other side. We'll keep that nice and pretty there. And it's nice just finding these in the packs. They're not necessarily in a special slot. I don't know if you can get multiple. I guess you can get multiple in one pack. There's a good example right there. So yeah, common and uncommon. Both that special alternate frame. So, all right. Let's keep going. Very good pack so far. I think we've already pulled about 4 mythics. We have those two. Yep, those two that were lands on the backside, the Omnath and the Jace. So we are doing really well so far. And got a Luminarch Aspirant here, another Cleric. One thing I will point out with this set, almost all of the humanoid creatures in the set, whether that's humans or elves or core or vampires, almost all of them have an additional creature type. Most of them are going to be either a warrior, a wizard, a cleric, or a rogue. Almost all of them that are humanoids. So you mostly got the humanoids and then the other beasties from Zendikar, which don't usually have those creature types. Speaking of giant beasties, we have us a Leviathan Crab right here. I think this is one of the biggest toughnesses on a printed creature. It's a 017. I believe the 2020 Merit Lage token is technically more, but on an actual card that is not a token, I'm pretty sure this is the biggest toughness that there is. And you can start swapping his toughness for his power equal to the number of islands you have. So if you're playing a good old mono blue smash face, you throw some double strike on this guy, and you could take them out with commander damage real quick. Or just in mono blue standard if you want to have fun that way too. Alright, and we've got Yasharn, Implacable Earth. This guy right here, he shuts down so many cards. Your opponents can't pay life or sacrifice non-land permanents to cast spells or activate abilities. You know, that's Ashnod's Altar. That's Treasures. That's Sakura Tribe Elder. That's a lot of things. That'll shut down a Yawgmoth deck. It'll shut down a Crick deck. It'll shut down a lot of things. Goblins, it probably hurts a good bit too, since they can't sacrifice goblins anymore to do things. So this guy, I think he's going to do some work. If anyone's building Hate Bears in Commander, they have a green-white version. He's going to slot in there real nice. But personally, I'm building him to be the head of my own deck, because he grabs you some lands, so he can set up your landfall deck beautifully. Alright, ooh, new Drake token. Haven't seen this yet. There's a card in the deck where if you play kickers, you get yourself some Drakes. So for any of you who want cool Drake tokens for your Talrand commander decks, or if you just like Drakes because they're kind of like dragons, that's where that is. Alright, hey, that's a really good pack. Let's take a foil rare and a mythic in the same pack. That seems pretty good. So we got another guy that turns things into cowards. And this angel is weird. When your creatures hit your opponents, they gain life equal to the amount of damage they took. So they lose it, and then they get it back, and then you also gain that much life. And then if you have 15 life more than your starting total, and you attack them with the angel this turn, they just lose. They just lose. What an odd card this is. I guess you want to be really careful, though, because if they manage to remove it, then you just didn't really hurt them at all. Though I guess you did get life gain out of it, so that still worked out alright for you. But, man, it's also a 2/6. So if you're playing this in Limited, there is not a lot of things that can remove that unless you're just looking at outright unconditional removal. But as far as blocking it in the air or dealing damage to it with a red spell, good luck. Good luck, because there's not as much that I think can get up to that 6 toughness that you need to take it out. Alright. Got a mountain. We got another foil here. Risen Riptide. Kaza, the Royal Chaser. Card that really cares about wizards and makes your spells cheaper, your big spells cheaper for all the wizards you have. So I think this deck is basically spam out a bunch of wizards and play your big spells at reduced cost, and that sounds like a good time. But little biased given that I already own a wizard deck. Full transparency there. Not as many big spells though, so Kaza might not fit into it. But you want wizards and big spells, that definitely goes in there. Maybe you play it in Kess, because Kess is a wizard and she cares about your instants and sorceries. Helps reduce that cost if you get both of them down. Hey, Lotus Cobra. This was a pricey card for a long time, but I finally got a reprint. Anytime a land enters under your control, you just get a mana. Till end of turn. That's pretty darn good. 2 lands out, 2 more mana. That's a really good rate. Alright. And also, I misread one of these uncommons. My friend corrected me. This Thwart the Grave card. This thing is bananas. So it is 6 mana for a sorcery. It costs 1 less to cast for each creature in your party. And then you return 1 creature card and up to 1 wizard, rogue, warrior, or cleric from your graveyard to the battlefield. This could bring 2 creatures back to the field from your yard for 2 mana. That is bananas. Normally you're only looking at 4 mana to bring 1 thing back. This could be even less to bring 2, and getting at least 2 party members on the field, not hard in Limited. In other formats, maybe a little harder, but then again, if you have a Changeling, Changeling will really help you out. However, it only counts for 1 party member. It can be whichever party member you want, but it's still only 1 creature, and you gotta have 4 for the full party. Okay, and then we got an inscription. The Partial Cycle. It is in black and blue and green. They give you 1 of 3 effects, or if you pay the kicker, you get all 3. And I heard they were just having a little bit of trouble designing the red one and the white one, so they just made the other 3, which is totally fair. I mean, hey, better we get some cool cards than no cool cards. Alright, Illusion. Plains, here's that Demon Cleric I was talking about. Again, who he's praying to. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Probably not anyone you want to meet. Alrighty, guys, we're getting down near the end of the box here. This has been a very good box. A couple foil rares. I think we're looking at about 5 mythics so far. And we still got a chance for more. Alright, got another double land. We got the green one on one side and the white one on the other. Not too shabby. Only 2, I believe, so far in this box. But again, I think those are going to go great in a lot of formats. Where you can just choose what land you want. If you're playing any of those bounce lands in Commander, bounce it back, change the color you need, it enters untapped. Though remember, it's not a basic. So it does not count as a forest on one side and a plains on the other. It's a non-basic land, so don't make that mistake. Oh, I was just saying we needed one of those. And we got an alternate extended art here. So we got the River Glide pathway on one side and the Lava Glide pathway on the other. Which I believe that's our art here. That's our lovely art here. Not the full thing, but wow, that is gorgeous. Sleeving these will be a bit of an issue, I think, in that you'll have to pull it out. I mean, if you can afford such things, and you can get 2 and just have the other side printed like next to your sideboard, and you can just swap out when you need it. But that is pretty right there. And again, when they did the land playmats, I feel like those get a lot more use, generally speaking. It's just kind of a nice backdrop to whatever you're doing and doesn't try to take up the focus from your game. Okay. Also, a lot of playmats this set, too. I think there's like 8 or 9 this time around. Most of them the lands, as well as those 2 new commanders that we got over there. Those are also playmats this time around. Alright, we got Phylath, the World Sculptor. He's kind of a red-green version of Avenger of Zendikar, though instead of making all your plants bigger when you play a land, he makes 1 plant get 4 1/1 counters. So your 0/1 is going to turn into a 4/5, and he makes a token for each basic land you control. Basic land, so do pay attention to that if you're running lots of non-basics, that you don't get to count those too. Alright, I think we're down to the last 5s. Alright, we've got a Tajuru Paragon. They printed a couple cards in the set. There's one at rare in green, one at uncommon in green, and then a common. This counts for all 4 party member types. Remember, it can only fill 1 role, but the fact that it fills any of them is really helpful, especially if say you're not in blue and it's a little harder to find wizards. Well, this will be a wizard for you. Oh, and there's the uncommon one right there. So this one costs less for all your party members, and then it counts for 1 of each of your party members as well. Just gotta know that. Was there also the card in here that is all 4? No, okay. Only 2 of them that are all 4. We didn't get all 3 in the same pack. That'd be a little nutty. Alright, so the last one, I believe, it's just an artifact creature, but it does color fix you. You can pay mana into it, and it'll get you the colors you need. Okay, ooh, we got a new rogue here, where they basically reprinted the ninjutsu mechanic on a new card. Here, you can return an unblocked rogue, and you can swap this guy in instead. And then you can start stealing permanents from your opponent's graveyards. So that's a good time. So pair this with some mill and some rogues, and I think you will have yourself a very strong deck. Alright. Just a few more packs here. Very loose packaging this time around. I wonder if these are made from the factory in Japan, where their packaging is a little looser. Got another Drake token, Forest, and a Nimble Trap Finder. Another card that cares about party. And if you have a full party, all your creatures will draw you cards when they connect with your opponents. And this guy can't be blocked if you played any other party member this turn. So that is pretty handy. Alright. Last 2, let's see if we can sneak another mythic in here before the end of this box, or at least another land. We got a foil. Hey-oh, that's a mythic. That's a very good mythic. So anyone who plays colorless, you want this card. You want this card really bad, because all your colorless creatures get +2/+2. That's all your artifact creatures and any of your Eldrazi. And then whenever you tap any permanent for colorless, add 1 more. You heard that right. Your Soul Rings now tap for 3. Your Thran Dynamos for 4. Your Wastes tap for 2. And any other lands that produce colorless, they will give you 2 mana. And it also gets you 2 life anytime you cast a colorless spell. Man, it almost doesn't matter what's in that pack. That was a really good finish to the box, though, you know, of course we'll open it anyway, because who knows? We don't know what's in there. The Lithoform engine could have been hiding in here this whole time. Or maybe one of the other Planeswalkers, perhaps. Okay, not another mythic. Knew that was probably unlikely. Though it is a cool little board wipe that exiles all small creatures, and exiles them from graveyards too. And also, by the way, did I mention it hits Planeswalkers that cost 3 or less? From both play and graveyards, exiles all of them. Really can shut down some graveyard shenanigans if they're trying to fill up their graveyard. Okay, well that was box 1. Wow, that was a very, very good box. I don't even think I grabbed our first couple. Here we go. So yep, we've got Jace in there too. Yeah, didn't even set out our mythics so that we could be keeping track of that. So we got the Seagate Restoration. We have an Amarius Hall. We have a Jace Mirror Mage. We've got our Forsaken Monument. We've got our Angel of Destiny, and we've got our Omnath. So yeah, 6 mythics in that box, 2 foil rares, and 2 alternate frame rares, as well as a foil land. That is a pretty dang good start to that first box. Remember, that's only part 1. We've got a whole nother box here, so sayonara box 1. And let's say hello to box 2 and get this rolling. So, you know, there were supposed to be no events here for Zendikar Rising, so we have so many of these pre-release kits available to you. So if you weren't able to get out and get a pre-release kit, there's still time, still only $20 through the end of the weekend to grab a pre-release kit. That is a steal, given that you get 6 packs and your foil promo card and the spin down die. That is a really, really great way to go. All right. Brand new box. Let's kick it. Alright. Okay, got us a Forest and a coveted prize. This is a tutor. It will grab you anything that you want from your deck, and if you've got a full party, not only is it cheaper, but you can cast a spell converted mana cost 4 or less from your hand without paying its mana cost. So, you know, a Smothering Tithe, a Day of Judgment, you know, really good board wipey kind of spells that you can grab in a pinch, or anything else, of course, in your deck, since it will tutor for anything at all. Lanes. Hey, that's a pretty good pack there. We'll take a foil rare in Nahiri's Lithoforming, and we got another one of those double lands. I think it's another red-green double land. Oh, for any of you who play Commander, I heard about some silly shenanigans with this Nahiri's Lithoforming. If you have any of the cards, one of which is in the set that lets you play lands from your graveyard, this card is ridiculous. Say you put 6 into the X, and you sacrifice 6 lands, you will draw 6 cards, and you can play 6 additional lands this turn. And if you can play them from your graveyard, you just drew 6 cards in red. That's awesome. And maybe you drew more lands and better ones that you want to play, and you're going to get a lot of landfall triggers as well. But this paired again with anything that lets you play lands from your graveyard, and that is a really, really good combo right there. We've gotten a few double rare packs with foils. That seems pretty good to me. Got another inset token here, and we've got another Kargan Intimidator to make some more cowards. We're close to a playset. Maybe we'll finish out that playset before this video's done. All right, we're gonna keep chugging along here. We're gonna make a second stack so that we don't have torrent of common cards falling everywhere. Okay. Alright. Got an Archon of Emeria. This will slow your opponents down. All of their non-basics are tapped, and then each player can't cast more than 1 spell each turn. 1 spell a turn. So Storm decks, not so much. Not so much with this card right here. But helps people play fair Magic. And again, especially if you're playing mono white, in something like Commander, it's really hard for you to keep up with some of the faster decks, and so being able to slow them down will help tilt the odds back in your favor a little bit. Okay, hey, we got another Foil Forest here, and a Skyclave Relic. So if any of you are still running Darksteel Ingots in your deck, stop the presses and replace them all with Skyclave Relics. Because if you draw them later in the game, you can make 2 more Skyclave Relics, which is really, really good. Also pretty good in Brutaclad Telcor Engineer, which they just reprinted here in Double Masters, who does some shenanigans there with tokens. And if you need to turn all your tokens into indestructible mana rocks, you can. You can indeed. So I think it's a little hard to turn them back if you turn them into something else first. So do keep that in mind. Got another one of those odd ribbon plant tokens here. The Forest, and another Charex, another giant Leviathan crab. Alrighty. Keep going. Besides that Nahiri's in that land, not a whole lot of spice in this box yet. We'll see if we can find some. Alright, got another Kaza Royal Chaser, and a foil Reclaim the Wastes. Not to be for that pack. But that's how boxes work sometimes. You'll get some super awesome boxes and others that are a little less awesome, and you just gotta take the gamble. You gotta go for it. Alright, got another Tajuru Paragon here, the one that's all creature types. Let's keep chugging along and let me not mix up my piles here. That'll make sorting a bit of a chore. Okay. Got another Black Inscription. It's starting to feel like Groundhog Day in here. We're starting to see a lot of those same rares again. There's so much more to Zendikar. Come on, box. I believe in you. Show us some new things. There's a new thing. A Relic Robber, a little Goblin Rogue with haste. And when he hits your opponent, he gives them a little Goblin Construct creature. It's a 0/1 that cannot block. And then at the beginning of your upkeep, it deals 1 damage to you. So the more this can hit you, he's going to give you more of those tokens. And that'll start whittling you down pretty good. And your opponents are probably not going to block them if you swing with them. They do not have Defender. Your 0/1s can attack. So if you manage to throw some equipment on them or something, they could do something. It's not likely, but they could do something. That is a strategy you could work on. Alright, hey, another Seagate Restoration. So there's, I think, the first mythic for this box here, if I recall. Yep, that is indeed right. First mythic for this box. Not too shabby. Here, we'll try to keep keep our new things separate from the last box so we can show those separate for you at the end of the video. And don't forget, we still got all those Expedition box toppers once we get to the end. Alright, we got a foil Relic Golem and Aura Skyclave Hierophant. He's the same as that Buy a Box promo. This is the regular version of him from the set with different art. A lot of these reference cards. I guess there are a lot of double-sided cards, though. Alright. Ooh, a Glasspool Mimic. So this is a 3 mana. It's a clone, so it will come in as a copy of a creature you control, except it's also a shapeshifter rogue. So it keeps that rogue creature type if you're trying to do party things. And then also, on the other side, we got ourselves a tap blue land. Another one of those cat tokens. I'm still looking. I know there's some 2/2 cat beast tokens that exist in this set. I have yet to see one. We'll see if we can find one, though. Well, guys, it's still Groundhog Day, because we pulled ourselves another Jace. Another Jace Mirror Mage. So we got 2 Seagate Restorations and 2 Jaces, so these boxes are really liking blue today. Alright. No love for Nahiri or Nissa yet. We'll see if we can fix that by the end of this box. Some Drake token. And another Squad Commander. And these some really, really cool colors with these cards here. This is the red-green one. Really nice colors in these. Very bright and vibrant. Okay. Alright, hey! We got that Grakmar earlier, and this is the token he makes. That's a little grizzly right there. It's like a snake coming out of his old skin. That's what's going on here. Ew. Yeah, don't mess with that Hydra. It's not going to be good times for you. Ooh, that is pretty. Okay, so we have a foil common here. I'm not excited about that, but we have another alternate frame landfall creature, that Phylath World Shaper that makes all those plant tokens. So this is what he looks like in that cool little Explorer landfall frame. That's really cool. That is really cool. Yeah, I like how you can just get some rares like that. I think the Omnath for this set, he is gorgeous. I think they made some sleeves with the art that you can get if you get the Omnath in the alternate frame, and that is some really pretty stuff. Okay. And we got a Skyclave Shade. It's a card that you can get back from your graveyard with landfall, so it's a bit like a Bloodghast. Just in that you can bring it back when you play your lands, and hey, if you kick it, you can make it come back bigger the next time. Can't block though, but if you do kick it, if you pay 5 mana, you can get yourself a 5/3. Every landfall, if it keeps dying, you can keep bringing it back. And that will help you get the value out. Alright. Okay. Hey, there's another Planeswalker. I was hoping we'd see another one. Got us a Nahiri right here. So if you're playing your equipment or your warrior deck, she's what you want. She is what you want. Though again, remember, there's only so many equipment in this set to be playing around with. So do keep that in mind. Though she can't dig 6 cards deep to start looking for warriors. And hey, there's some angel warriors that you can be picking up here. And here's that common guy I was talking about earlier. That's all 4 of your creature types. He's a 2 mana 2/1, so he's a piker. But he's all 4 of your creature types, and he can help to fix your colors as well. So if you really need to get that other party member, or if you're struggling to fix your colors, this is definitely a guy worth picking up. All right. See if we can grab a Nissa too and fill out our Planeswalker trio before the end of this box. I know, the odds are not in our favor, but we will try. So got foil spare supplies, and ooh, okay. Another one of those extended art that's double-sided. Oh, and it's not just extended art. It does go to the full bit of the frame, of course, but it's actually different art than the regular card itself. So this is the red-white one right here. So it can go with that Nahiri right there. So yeah, box is starting to give us some new things, which is nice, guys. There's only so much I can talk about if I keep pulling the same cards again and again. Like this Luminar card, Aspirant, which we have indeed seen before. Alright, come on. Show us something new, Zendikar. You're the flame that's always changing, whose maps are ever unreliable. Alright, got another copy token. By the way, this isn't just a Jace copy token. This token can use to be a copy of anything, because there are a couple cards in this set that let you copy permanents. One of them being that Lithoform engine, and the other being that foil serpent we got earlier, that you can make copies of any permanent with it, and so these might help you to remember those. And there we go, there's another good mythic, Ancient Green Warden. This is one of those cards I mentioned earlier that will let you indeed play lands from your graveyard. He also lets your lands trigger abilities twice when they come in. So if you have like a landfall ability from the set, you're going to get double triggers off of that. So if you're playing this in other formats, definitely be careful. If you have lands that, some of those lands that tap for 2 colors and bounce 1 back to your hand, this will indeed make you bounce 2. And that is not a good time. That's not where you want to be in a game like that. Alright. Alright. Okay, got a board wipe here. It's 8 mana, destroy all non-land permanents, and you got a land on the other side. Alright, man. 8 mana again. It's a lot. If you're building your deck for limited, treat it like a land most of the time, because that's probably what it's going to be. And if you draw it late and you really need the board wipe, then you got one. Got a Fearless Fledgling here, and we got us another Kazandu Mammoth. Gets real big with those landfall triggers, and is indeed a land on the other side. Also, this card. I have to talk about this card. It's only a common. It's not maybe super exciting, but this is the first instance, I believe, of black being able to directly destroy an enchantment an opponent controls. They've kind of flirted with that a couple times before, making opponents sack creatures or enchantments, or maybe make them sacrifice an enchantment. This is targeted. I want that enchantment right there gone. And not only does it hit enchantment, it hits creatures too. You do have to lose life equal to the cost of whatever you're destroying, but if you need a Smothering Tithe or a Rhystic Study really, really gone, in black, this will do it for you. So if you're running mono black or black blue or black red or maybe even Grixis, anything without green or white, definitely consider including that in a lot of formats. It's also a common, so any of you Pauper players out there, it'll help you there too. Alright, hey, we got a Core Warrior token. This is one of the ones that Nahiri makes. I think she might be the only thing that makes this in the set. And a Swamp, and we got a Shiny Squid. And this really weird rare, it's called Confounding Conundrum, and it is a little confusing. So it replaces itself. When it comes in, it'll draw you a card, and then if your opponents are starting to ramp, play more than 1 land in a turn, it starts bouncing lands back to their hand. So if they're running expensive fetches, or even an Evolving Wilds, or even something like a Rampant Growth, if they already played a land this turn, you're going to set them back. You're going to set them back, so helps keep them to that 1 land a turn. So maybe if you're playing some kind of blue-white control deck, that might actually be a really good include, just to keep things fair. Though if you're not and you're playing blue-green, it does not slow you down, so you can play as many lands as you want, all the while keeping your opponents down. If you want to be a little bit more aggressive with your plays, that's definitely one route you can go. Alright, okay, it's another one of those cards that cares about a full party. So Linvala is back yet again as an Angel Wizard. Okay, really cool to see those double creature types on these. And she can be sacrificed to give your whole team hexproof or indestructible, but if you have a full party, she can detain. It's that mechanic back again of turn off a non-land permanent, can't attack or block or use activated abilities until your next turn, every turn if you have a full party. So if you can get there with this, but if not, it can still save you from a board wipe or from targeted removal. Though it is only your creatures, it is not you. I know a couple of those cards can give you hexproof as well, not this one. Only your creatures. Alright. Alright, this here, ladies and gentlemen, this is what we call beef. This is a real big boy right here. 7 mana, 6/6, trample haste that can't be countered. And if you pay the kicker of 3, so if you can get yourself to 10 mana, then it's a 10/10, because it will come in with some counters. So you will have a 10/10 hexproof haste, can't be countered. Note, it does not have trample. So they can chump block it, but if they don't have anything, this will get you 10 damage out of nowhere. If you can afford that steep mana cost, but you are in green, so hopefully that helps you to get there. All right. Another Goblin Construct and a Mountain. Well, hey, we got another double rare pack, ladies and gentlemen. We got us a foil Nimble Trap Finder here, and another Maddening Cacophony. So not too bad. Again, we've had a few double rare packs with that have been coming with foils too. You know, hey guys, what's better than one rare in a pack? You get 2, which, you know, hey, that worked out great marketing-wise for them with their last set, Double Masters. That set sold real well, promising 2 rares in every pack, and maybe more with the foils. Alright, got an Angel Warrior, a Mountain, and we got us another Ooze. Another Ooze. Alright, starting to get to the end of this box here. It's not feeling quite as spicy as the last one with that Omnath and Forsaken Monument, but we did have pulled 2 Planeswalkers, so that's something. Alright, got us a Valakut Exploration. It's another way to get card draw in red for Commander. When you play your lands, you can exile the top, and you can play that as long as it remains exiled. However, it will go away at the end of the turn. But if you don't play it, it'll do damage equal to its cost to each opponent. So you can decide with that 4 mana card, do I want to play this 4 mana card, or do I hit each of my opponents for 4? And that'll be a decision that you have to make. And if you can get more lands in one turn, you do indeed exile more cards off the top of it. Just remember, you've only got till the end of the turn to play them. Alright, got another Nighthawk Scavenger. Again, keep up the mill plan. And hey, if you can mill half their deck with a Maddening Cacophony, it's a great way to start. Great way to start. And it cares about the number of card types in your opponent's graveyard, so it's a bit like a Tarmogoyf, I suppose, with different cards there, though it counts your opponent's graveyard, not yours. And this has Flying and Death Touch lifelink, so this can definitely help to keep you in the game. Oh boy. Oh wow, okay. So here we got a foil, alternate frame, Morag, Fury of Akum. This guy right here, your landfall triggers, they give you extra combats. That's just silly. So if you can get 2 lands into play, you're going to have 3 combats that turn. And not only that, he pumps up your guys for every time they've attacked this turn. So they get bigger and bigger and bigger. This guy's bananas. And we got it in a foil alternate frame. That is fantastic. Wow. That's the mythic you want to get. You want to get it in a foil alternate frame. And less exciting is the actual rare for the pack. Helps you cast your kicker spells. Gives you 2 mana of any color to cast your kicker spells if you start putting charge counters on it. I know there's a kicker deck out there somewhere. I really want one for Commander in red and blue and green. I don't know if there's a Commander for that yet. Come on, Wizards. Give us a kicker Commander that adds red. They've given us a Commander in a green-blue and in red-green for kicker. But not all 3. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. Maybe in that Commander set later this year. Ooh, I see a fancy frame. Got a Goma, Fada Vanguard. Nice. Alright, we've got another double land. So it's the green on the one and white on the other with the extended frame. That is nice. I'm glad we managed to turn that corner pulling that Morag. Turned this box around, for me at least. Alright, we've got 4 packs left coming up on the end. Alright, okay, got another Master of Winds, another Sphinx Wizard here. And this is the card that's been making all those Drake tokens, so it comes in, it has Kicker. If you kick it when you cast this, you make a Drake, and then any other spells that you cast kicked will also net you a Drake. So if you just want to make all the Drakes, or if you're playing your Talrand Sky Summoner deck that makes Drakes and you need more ways to do it, that's a way to do it. If you can cast instants and sorceries with kicker costs, then you're going to get a lot of extra Drakes. Okay, alright, got another Zareth San here. Our unblockable Rogue Jutsu. guy. Just don't forget, if for a commander, you only get to put him into play from your hand, not from your command zone. So he is not like Yuriko, where you can flash her out from the command zone with your ninjutsu. He has to be in your hand, so might not work quite as well as a good commander in that regard. But a second ability, dealing damage to reanimate their stuff, that still works. Still works well. Alright, got us another Demon Cleric here. Okay, everyone. Last pack. Last pack. Let's see if we can end on a high note. Oh yeah. Forsaken Monument. Second Forsaken Monument. That'll end the pack real well. Real well. Yeah, this box definitely turned it around. Did not seem as strong in the start, but yeah, we pulled some good stuff out of here. So we got our Forsaken Monument, got our foil alternate art Morag, got an Ancient Green Warden, a Nahiri, Jace, Seagate Restoration. So still got another 6 mythics here, with a couple foil rares, 2 of the fancy lands, then another rare in the alternate frame, another foil land. So pretty good box. So these will be getting out here soon at Petrie's Family Games for you all to purchase. Again, know that the prices are going to fluctuate a bit, so if we end up having to check the price on some things again at checkout, that's just because it's a new set and prices fluctuate a lot. And don't forget as well, you can buy a full box here for $114.99 plus tax, and you will get the box. You will get your box topper, you will get your Aura Skyclave Hierophant, and one other special thing that Cameron told me that he's going to add. If you buy a box, we are going to enter you into a drawing for a free playmat. We got some playmats that need to be given away, guys, and playmats are awesome. You can never have too many playmats. So we got that available too. For every box you buy, you will be entered into that drawing. And hey, speaking of these box toppers, I almost forgot. We can't forget, guys. We have a whole lovely stack of box toppers to open here. I've got 9 box toppers, and we're gonna see what all we get from these, and these are all gonna be available for you all too. But there's only 1 card in here, and I want to be super careful with these because I do not want to bend them. All right, we're gonna be careful. We're gonna pull out the knife. Don't worry, I'm a trained professional. I just really don't want to pull on these too much and end up bending those cards inside. Okay, so number 1, Dark Slick Shores. Oh wow, that is a really cool effect. They've got like some runes kind of on the outer frame, and those catch the light a little bit more than everything else. That is really cool. And this, I believe, has not been reprinted since Scars of Mirrodin, so it has been a minute since this has been around. Alright, so that is number 1. We're going to go on to box topper number 2, and I think I just found a pull tab on these, so for the rest of them we can start using that pull tab. Okay. I don't think my method is preventing as much bending potential as I thought it would. Okay. There we go. Number 2, we have a Wooded Foothills. So for those of you who have been wanting your fetches, here you are indeed. You got your red-green fetch right here. Oh, that looks really nice. Okay, and since I found those pull tabs, don't think we need the knife anymore. Okay. Now the real question is finding the pull tabs. And see, then this one doesn't even have a pull tab. So Wizards is just messing with me. Some of them get pull tabs, some don't. Okay. And okay, another Dark Slick Shores. Come on, we got 30 of these. Let's not double up. All right, 2 of those. So there's 3 down. There's pull tab. There we go. Even once you pull the pull tab, it's still hard. They should have put a token or something in here to help firm it up a bit, to help reduce chance of bending. Okay, guys, this is just getting silly. This is just getting silly. A 3rd Dark Slick Shores? Okay, come on. Come on, change it up. What are the odds? And yeah, the odds are 130, I suppose. Tells you right on the card what your odds are. Okay. Not a Dark Slick Shores. Give us something different. It's not a Dark Slick Shores. It is something else. It is... Ooh, we got an Arid Mesa. We got another fetch. Got a red-white fetch here with Arid Mesa. Very, very nice. Alright, let's keep this moving. See if we can grab a couple more fetches here. Alright. Number 6. Grove of the Burn Willows. An odd card. So this will give you a colorless mana, and then you can tap it to add a red or a green, but it gives each opponent 1 life. How odd. But, you know, it's you taking damage or them gaining life, and if you can beat them down more than that 1 life you're giving them every turn, it's still worth it. And note that you only give them the life if you get your colored mana. If you're given the colorless mana, you are just fine, and they don't get anything. Okay. Alright. Here we have, a Sea of Clouds. This is one of the ones that I believe came out when they did Battle Bond. So it really cares about multiplayer, and it enters tapped unless you have 2 or more opponents. So if you're doing any kind of multiplayer play, this will enter untapped, and it will get you 2 colors. And that is exactly where you want to be. And they're also going to finish that cycle later this year. When they do Commander Legends, they have all the enemy colors. They did the ally ones initially, and they're going to give us the enemy colors later this year. Alright. Come on, booster pack. There we go. Yeah, just 1 card. Be real delicate with these, since it's just the 1 card inside. And, hey, there's another fetch! Oh, wow, that is gorgeous. Windswept Teeth. Let me see if I can get our camera to focus on that there. That is gorgeous right there. That is phenomenal. Fortunately, I know a good bit of these are going to be a little outside of my price range, but if you're looking for fetches and you're having a hard time finding them, this is a way to find them. We've opened 3 for you. We'll see if we can get you a 4th. Finish things out. Not another Dark Slick Shores. Hey, we did indeed get another fetch. We got a Bloodstained Mire. Very bright, vibrant colors. So yeah, guys, we got ourselves 4 fetches here. 3 Dark Slick Shores, a Sea of Clouds, Grove of the Burn Willows, and 4 fetches. Not too shabby. And again, we will have all of these out and available for all of you fine people here at Petrie's Family Games. Again, this has been Alec Bishop cracking some Zendikar Rising. Definitely come on down this weekend and pick up some of the new product. We'll be happy to see you and help you out. Signing off.